Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is AJ Gerth, Product Marketing Manager at OWC, Otherworld Computing. Thanks for joining us, AJ.
Good morning.
Well, Otherworld Computing is been around for many years. Great company, helping people very often to upgrade machines that they have as they get older. And you're out with something new called Aura. Tell us about this.
Correct. We just launched a new version of our Aura line, the Aura Pro X2, which is a SSD upgrade, a series of SSD upgrades available for 2012 to 2015 Mac notebooks, the Mac Mini, so it includes the MacBook Air, the MacBook Pro, the Mac Mini, as well as the Mac Pro, and eventually it will support the iMac as well.
Very interesting. So what's different? What's special about these?
So this is our third generation now of upgrades for this series of Macs. This is the first time we've been able to, across the line, across all models, offer faster performance than the original Apple SSDs across all models that it's supported, as well as offering a higher capacity. So we offer all the way up to 2 terabyte. While those computers only came with a 128 or a 256 SSD, 256 gig, so we can increase the capacity as well as the performance and have a lower power draw. So we've actually, over the years, been able to design better and better SSDs, and this is the culmination of our expertise, and now it's higher capacity, higher performance, and lower power draw. So we actually have slightly improved battery life as well.
And you're doing this at prices that can save people a lot of money, whether it's in comparison to buying a new machine or having it done by Apple, right?
Correct. So first off, you can't get this done by Apple. If your SSD was to fail and you took it in there, Apple would only replace it with the same capacity as you had. So if you had a 256 SSD and it failed or something happened to it, and you took it in there and they said, yeah, it's going to be whatever to replace it, you couldn't say, oh, can I pay a little extra and get a bigger one because I was starting to run out of space anyway. They go, nope, we can only replace it with the same exact one you had as far as capacity. So upgrades from them is not an option. And then if you go back to when you were buying your computer and you look at the prices that Apple charges, let's say per increment of SSD upgrade, we are at least 50% in most cases cheaper than that price. And if you compare upgrading or instead of upgrading your current computer but buying a new one, then we're even there's even more of a price delta between what Apple charges on a newer computer to upgrade the same capacity than we offer upgrading your existing one. And because it's your existing computer, you know it, and probably more importantly, it has all the ports you actually want to use, such as Type A, USB, a video port for connecting to your monitor, whereas on a new Apple notebook, it's not going to have that.
Interesting. So tell us about the different capacities you have and pricing.
So unfortunately, the pricing off the top of my head, but I can grab it. The capacities, we have 256, 500 gig, 1 terabyte, and 2 terabyte. And then, which is comparable, I think the biggest one, so again, it covers quite a lot of machines from the MacBook Air all the way through the Mac Pro. The Mac Pro technically can go all the way to 4 terabytes, though we no longer offer a 4 terabyte SSD for it because the only way to do that was with RAID, and that was a performance. There's a capacity benefit, but not a performance benefit. But that exceeds where Apple could go. I believe Apple only offered up to a 1 terabyte on the Mac Pro. On most of these notebooks, they only offered up to 768 gigs. They did not offer a 1 or a 2 terabyte drive back then. And then on the MacBook Air for the longest time only maxed out at 512. So we can, on the MacBook Air, you can go to 4 times the maximum capacity that Apple offered.
What about the process of actually installing the upgrade? I guess that a lot of people might be worried, hey, can I do this?
So you can. It's on some of the machines, it's so easy. It's literally open up the cover and remove a screw or two. It is that simple. The Mac Pro is probably the simplest one. The Mac Mini is fairly simple. But even the notebooks, depending again on the exact notebook model, most of these are located under the bottom cover. So you remove the screws that put the bottom on, you take that off. It can often be right there without having to remove anything else. Sometimes there may be a cable or something else in the way, but the benefit is we have detailed instructions and detailed step-by-step how-to videos. So it walks you through the entire process. And if that still isn't enough, we do have a network of computer repair centers, Mac repair centers, independent, not Apple source, that offer our products as well. And a customer could take it in there and have it installed for them. And the beauty is, as well, we with our upgrade kits, we provide an enclosure called the Envoy that is a little USB SSD enclosure that allows you to take the original drive that was in your Apple and put it in there. So at the end of the whole process, if you were going from, say a 512 gig Mac and you're putting a 2 terabyte SSD in there, in the end you get 2.5 terabytes of storage total because you get to keep your original SSD and put it in an external enclosure. You can use it as backup, as a scratch disk, or whatever. It's another storage location, another SSD, a portable drive for you to utilize.
That sounds terrific. And the process of moving your data over, I guess that's the other sticking point for a lot of people. How complicated is that?
That, again, Apple makes that very simple. Time Machine is built into every Mac. It has been for 10 or 15 years now at least. It's a very simple backup program. So you run that backup program. When you install the new SSD, it's very simple. It's going to start up and go, I have nothing, there's nothing on this drive. It will ask you, what do you want to do? And one of those questions is, restore from a Time Machine backup. You merely plug in that backup drive, select that, and it will completely restore your computer to the exact same state it was when you last backed up. So you do that backup right before you do the update or install the new drive, and it'll be like just moving into a house with more bedrooms.
Very cool stuff, and I love the analogy there. So for more info on all this, where do people go?
A couple of different places. You can go to OWCdigital.com, especially if you're looking for a place to have it installed in your area, or if you just want to buy it direct, that is MacSales.com. MacSales.com
or OWCdigital.com. AJ Gerth, thanks for taking the time with us.
Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate it.
Now this. Innovation. Hi, I'm Fred Fishkin, and I've been covering consumer technology for a long time, and it takes a lot to impress me. That's why I'm excited to tell you about the latest way to enjoy cooking in the great outdoors from my friend Patrick Sherwin and his great team at GoSun Stove. What if you could harness the sun to cook your meals anywhere you go, day or night? The GoSun Fusion arrives this summer using the company's tried and true reflectors and a solar vacuum tube to get you cooking without the mess of charcoal, heavy propane tanks, or smoke. And with an optional solar panel and battery storage, and the ability to plug in at home or on the road, you really can use the GoSun Fusion to cook anytime and anywhere. Want to learn more? Head to gosun.co and use the code TEXTINATION to save 10%. That's gosun.co.